On today's video, we're going to be covering the October numbers for real estate here in Connecticut. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Aaron Bowman and my team and I sell real estate right here in Connecticut. And on today's episode, we've got a special guest with us, one of my other agents on the team, Jen. Say hi, Jen.
Hey everybody, how are you?
So we're gonna do a little Q&A with Jen today. She's gonna kind of question her a little bit. I wanna bring more team members onto YouTube here with us because I think people just get tired of looking at my face all the time. But we're gonna go over the market report here. Jen was kind enough to pull the data for us. So Jen, I will let you start and then we'll get into a little bit about you and why you're a realtor.
Okay. So for October's market report, we have supply. It has gone down from September. September it was 2.5. And in October we have 2.2.
So we still have no supply in Connecticut. So it's still difficult finding homes for buyers. Homes I don't think are selling as quickly anymore. They are going quick, but not as quick. But as a home buyer, it's still a struggle. There's just no inventory. But we are, I think, based on some of the numbers, the way the houses are sitting in certain areas, that we are coming out of the buyer or seller's market rather, and into more of a balanced market. But for sales, let's see what we got here. In September, there were 4,872 sales, and that dropped down to 4,589 sales in October. So not only are there less transactions, but there's also less inventory. And that usually happens this time of the year. People have either made the push to try to get in their home for the new year, or because of schools, they weren't able to find something, so they've pulled their home off the market because they needed to sell to buy something else. Is that normally what you've been seeing doing this, what, a year now?
Going on 3.
3 years. Okay, 3 years. I have no concept when it comes to time. All right, and then you want to hit up days on market?
Yes, our days on market, September it was 21. And we've gone up from that in October to 25 days that homes are lasting on the market.
Yeah, so they're sitting a little bit longer.
A few more days longer.
Yeah, and you know, 4 or 5 months ago, it was as soon as they hit the market, they were sold within a few hours. So you can start to see, based on the numbers, that we are coming out of that seller's market into more of a balanced market. And then I think within the next year, we're going to end up being in a buyer's market. But price, the average price in September for a home was $315,000 here in Connecticut, and that has dropped down to $314,900. So even the value of the homes have dropped a little bit. And I think that's just because, again, it all comes to the amount of supply we have, and we're very limited in our supply. If you go back 2-3 years, there was I don't know, 4 or 5 months worth of inventory, and now there's just not. So those are the numbers. Do you have anything you want to add about the numbers here in Connecticut, or what you're seeing as, you know, working with your buying with your clients?
Well, hopefully for my buyers, the prices start to level out on homes, especially because there's low inventory. It'll bring more options to my clients. Yeah,
that'll be good. And hopefully we stop seeing these outrageous overbidding for homes, because earlier last year and even parts of this year, we saw, you know, people put in offers with an escalation clause 50 grand over, which to me is just crazy. So those are the numbers. If you want to reach either one of us, our contact information is down below. Feel free to give us an email, a call, a text, what have you, and we can give you the actual numbers for your specific town. We can actually find that stuff online. It's pretty exciting if you're a numbers person. Now, I want to change this a little bit and talk a little bit about Jen, because she's been in a couple videos so far, mostly market reports. I think you and Howie were in one, right? Yeah. So I want to just let the people know on YouTube here that watch our stuff, kind of who's Jen? What does Jen do? So you've been a realtor for 3 years.
Going on 3 years.
Going on 3 years. Let's get that straight, Aaron. And how did you get into real estate? Let's start there.
I've always been interested in real estate. My aunt is a real estate agent, and I was kind of fascinated with the type of work that she did. She got to show people around, go into different homes. I'm very interested in old homes.
Is that your computer that keeps chiming?
Yes.
Okay, we can't edit that out, so that's her computer. Okay, older homes.
I like older homes. I like to go in. I like to see what they look like, how they were built, how they were used. I've always been very interested in the history of a home. And becoming a real estate agent lets me help people find the homes that they are looking for. It can be a very stressful process, and I feel like I can bring a little bit of balance to that stress and help answer questions and be the middle person between attorneys and home inspectors.
Yeah, because that can get pretty dicey at times,
Yes,
especially when there's money on the line and people's emotions are running wild.
Yes, it can. I can just bring a little bit of balance to the whole transaction.
So what's been your most trying transaction?
My most trying transaction actually was earlier this year. I had put a house on the market, and we got a bite, I think about 2 weeks in of it being on the market. We got a buyer, we got our contract signed. We were about, I think, a week and a half out from closing. And unfortunately, my sellers, who were also buyers, come to find out they got, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Is that the one that had the forbearance on it?
No.
No, they were just payments and a raise. There was something.
It was, they should not have gotten as far as they did in the home search and selling process, because the loan company that they were working with did not do their due diligence in their job and run their credit reports and do all the things
lenders,
do all the things that they should have done to prepare them. And unfortunately, we had to pull their house off the market and pull their offer from the house that they were going to buy, because their credit was not as good as it should be to purchase a home.
Yeah, that makes it tough. What do you have, like the lenders that you work with? They're both out of, well, we both use Movement Mortgage, and then we have Jeff that we use out of his office. What's like the average? Like, what's a good, like if you're going to be buying a house for the first time and you've been renting, what's like the minimum credit score that your lenders like to see?
They like to see around 700,
Okay.
800. Anything lower it's possible to do. If it's too low, the lenders that we work with will help you build your credit. They will work with you diligently to get you where you need to be in the home buying process and get you that pre-approval that you want to look for a home. With my clients where things fell apart, they used a mortgage company that I'm not familiar with.
Yep.
It was someone I never worked with. I was not comfortable with them using it, but they insisted on using that loan officer.
Yeah, that's tough. That's like, I can't stand when people come and say, oh, we got pre-approved through Quicken Loans. Like, that's awful. No offense to Quicken, but I'd rather work with somebody locally that's in my phone, or somebody that's locally that I can get their phone number and call them, text them when I have an issue arise, you know, like with this. And there are loan companies, like if you're watching this, you don't have a 700 credit score or 800. There are different programs throughout the state that we can use, CHAFA being one of them, to help with down payment and stuff like that. But you got to have at least, you know, minimum end is like 620. And even that gets a little dicey. I have a client that was looking to buy something, and they were at like this 618 mark, and they were like, you got to get it up a little bit more. The reason why is they want to see that they can lend money and that you can actually pay it back. And then two, the loan officer wants to get you the best possible rates. You're not paying like 8% interest when you could be paying like 3 or less. So, all right. And so how do you juggle real estate with being a mom and all that stuff? Do you find it hard sometimes? No,
actually, I find being in real estate makes my personal life absolutely way more manageable than working a 9 to 5. being in real estate, you can set your own hours, you can set your own schedule.
True.
You know, if things come up with the kids, family members, friends, where you need to be there for them, real estate allows you to do that because you're your own boss. And working on a team, you always have people to back you up when you can't be somewhere.
Yep. So how'd you find me?
I was in my real estate classes, and before, one morning before the class was scheduled to start, I was searching on Facebook Marketplace because they started doing job listings on there, and I searched for a real estate agent, and your ad for looking for a real estate agent to join your team was at the very top.
That's awesome. You're the only person I got off of Facebook. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but yeah, but I think we work well together, and we got an office space now, and we've got 2 other members that are, well, one just got married, saw that on Facebook, and then the other one has a restoration company for used older vehicles, like classic. So I think he's trying to get that business done with, and then more real estate. And then most of us all have jobs outside of this. So I also still have a full-time job along with this as a full-time job. And I think you're the only one that's a straight up full-time realtor.
Well, I do the real estate, and then part-time I actually do Instacart.
Oh, that's right,
in my time.
Yep.
When I have little going on in real estate, I do the Instacart.
Which is great. You can always have a side hustle with real estate. And real estate started as my side hustle and then turned into another full-time job. And then YouTube, which we're doing now, turned into another full-time job. So what else do people need to know about you if they want to work with you or anything like that? Like, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
The best way to get a hold of me is either by calling me or sending me a text message. And I'm a people person. I love to get out there and talk to people. I'm not huge on phones.
Yeah.
I liked in-person
or video. This is very uncomfortable for her right now, if you can't tell. So I'll just put that out there. But you're welcome. It's I think we were all that way with text messages. Like because like today on the way over here, I had 2 people calling me. I was already on the phone, you know, and then one person called, they hung up, and the next person called. I'm like, just shoot me a text message and I can get back to you.
Text messages are definitely easier. It helps you stay more organized, especially if you're on the road, which Aaron and I are a lot.
Constant.
It gives us the time to properly gather the details that you're looking for and come back to you with a full response rather than I'll just get back to you.
Yeah.
We can actually get you the information that you're looking for faster and more complete that way.
Yeah, I think one of the other things too is people, because they don't buy and sell or do as many transactions as we do as realtors, really small things that aren't that big of a deal kind of seem like the world's ending for them. So it's always good just to text us and tell us kind of what's going on. And if it's super important, we'll get right back to you. But, you know, if it's not a do or die type situation, then, you know, we'll say, hey, listen, you know, I'll call you back in a little bit about this. It's not as bad as you think it is. So I've seen that a lot over the last few years, you know, but yeah. So we did the market. We got to know Jen a little bit. Got our contact information there to give her a call. So if you're looking to buy in Connecticut, make sure you reach out to her or sell. We'll help you with that too. We like selling. Selling's always fun. And I
think the whole process is fun.
It is.
I know it can be stressful, but it's definitely a lot of fun. You get to go into different homes, see different types of styles, and then you can actually gauge what you're looking for. Because a lot of people go into the process not knowing what they really want. And as long as you get their budget, and even if they don't know what they're looking for, you can show them and schedule different styles of homes in different towns, different amount of property, a smaller home with a bigger lot or vice versa.
Yep.
And then once you actually go through the process with people, you can really pinpoint what they're looking for, and it helps you with your search.
Yeah. And then you'll have that time when you're with somebody and they walk in and you just see like the light bulb go off, like this is it. And you don't have to get past like the entryway and they like the house. Well, it is time for us to go because we have to get kids off the bus. See, another benefit of being a realtor is we can go get our kids off the bus when we need to. So thanks everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, and reach out to Jen or myself if you need any help with your real estate needs. Peace.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.